Perfect. All right, so we got the...
Okay, after that break.
Yeah.
By the way, we had a major catastrophe. Everything broke. I got it all back up and running. We'll see how things go. Ryan, where are we at?
By everything broke, we meant camera system, not the Amiga.
Oh, yeah.
The Amiga's fine. So we got the board in. Perfect. No, but not a big deal. So it's ready to go. So now we got to go put the Denise chip in.
Oh,
again, we want to line up the notch.
Where's the notch?
Notch is on that side.
And that's the notch on your right. I see it. Yep.
So we're going to line up.
I'm totally letting you do it.
We're lined up here in the holes.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're going to push down.
Fire in the hole. Oh, that went in smooth.
Yep.
That went in smooth.
So now we have it in.
It just a teeny bit. It's like a little right, left in.
Yep. And we're in. So we now have an RGB HDMI inside. You have the SD card in here.
Yep.
It's in this guy here. So this is going to go in. We're going to have it. Pin 1 is here.
Yeah.
Pin 1 matches up with this square over here.
Yep.
So every RGB HDMI that I've seen is away from the actual chip itself.
Oh, that went in really smooth too.
So
whoever soldered those headers in did a great job.
I know they really did.
High five, man. Double five.
Good job. So now we have the RGB HDMI inside.
Okay.
We have this coming up here. We could.
Is it time to power shit up?
We're getting ready to test it. So what we're going to need is what I would want first is where's that button going to go? We got to hook. The button's going to go underneath this. We're going to have to put something with your wiring to this button.
Oh, okay. Here. Watch this. Let's cut. And let me cut these ends off and strip them a little. And then we'll plug these in so I don't try and pull them while it's on the board.
Recommendation, cut down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Because then you can solder these on and reuse them later for something else.
Right.
And actually...
Look how many I got.
Yeah, okay, they're both...
Yeah.
I know.
I got so many of them.
Here you go.
2 in 1.
Perfect. So we're going to get this stuff wired up before we start applying power because we're going to need to hit these buttons. And I don't want to be digging down in there with a screwdriver.
No, I don't either.
Don't ask why I know that works.
Oh, not a 20. It's 22.
Because that's what I had to do with my Amiga 1000. I had my stuff all wrong.
Does it matter which color is what side?
No. You're just trying to make connection.
Okay.
Doesn't make any difference.
All right, folks. Off camera, I'm just doing a quick little wire job.
Oh. Do you have a mouse?
Do I have a mouse? Yeah, you gave me a mouse.
I thought
I have it right here being stretched. I think it needs to be cleaned based upon our last conversation about the one you worked on. And you said, Rich, I think you need to do all that to yours. Okay, we were not getting a good connection, but we do have connection. We can use that. All
Perfect.
Right, let me shut this down.
All right, so let's get this hooked up.
Test all the way through. Oh, is it better to put those on before you slap it into place?
Yes.
Oh, I can see why. Okay, and remember, it took me a little bit of... Oh, that went really well. Yeah. Oops. You got that Ryan force.
Well, me and the Amiga get along. Mostly. Let's line the pins up. There we go. All right, so we have a button now that we'll be able to do something with.
Yay!
All right, we're going to need HDMI.
Got it.
I'm assuming we're going to go to this monitor in front of us.
Got it.
Perfect. So for the Pi, since it's a Pi Zero, it's going to have the, what is it, HDMI Mini?
Yep.
Okay. Because just to make things more interesting.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do is if I go from here, where is
Can
that?
Can you plug in here and come in over?
That's the loop out. So what I'm going to do is plug into my HDMI capture card.
Oh, you're going to try to put this on video?
So I can show the monitor too.
Oh.
All right. Ignore everybody for a minute. We need to get in front of the camera. I need to be in the way.
It's all right. You're going to cut all this
So
anyway,
yes, we're cutting this section. We're back to new camera view.
Oh,
the
yeah,
monitor is on there. So hopefully this is going to power up. We can see things. If not, we'll do some more testing. But let's see. Ryan, go for it.
Well, we need the power supply.
Okay, power supply's over here.
One thing's being careful because I know a lot of people.
Oh, bring this up. Tell everybody.
Yeah, Rich does a lot of 8-bit stuff. So the power connector on the back of an Amiga 500 is the same connector type as a Commodore 128, but do not plug in a 128 power supply. We're going to show them the bottom of this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you have an Amiga 500 power supply because even though the connector is the same, the voltages are not.
Isn't that a terrible thing? You will
Yeah.
fry your shit. You want me to plug this in?
That's fine. Also, when you're plugging it in, since it's outside of the case, make sure you hold down on the top of this because it's going to have a little bit of force to go in there. You do not want to break this connector off. So while I'm plugging it in, I'm holding down on the connector to make sure I don't put a lot of extra force on it.
All right, power being applied. I think I have a power switch right here too.
You should.
On and off.
Yep, we're going to have to flip that guy on.
You ready?
Yep, so we're going to look for a light to come on in the HDMI. If that doesn't come on,
Okay.
it did. So this thing blinked green on this side, which is good. And we do have...
Is it passing through to the monitor?
It is passing through the monitor.
Oh, good.
So we have an HDMI, an RGB to HDMI is now set up, success, and completed.
Hot
You're
damn.
seeing the Amiga 500 booting it's the latest Kickstart 3.2.2 ROMs. This version 4711 or 111 means that.
And I love this
3.2.
hack.
Mm-hmm.
Going to HDMI just made this so much more valuable to people.
Yes. This
Just
is
being
amazing.
able to plug into that monitor, and even if the content creators, they can just go to an easy-to-use $17 HDMI to USB. I think it was under $20.
Perfect.
Whereas my RetroTink, which I use for some other things,
Correct.
that's hundreds of dollars with
100%.
lots of flexibility. This is super nice.
Yeah, the Pi is doing
How
an
much was
amazing...
this whole kit? I can't remember.
I don't know how much your kit was. The Pis themselves...
We're going to talk generally. $20? $40?
The Pi?
Yeah, wouldn't
The
it?
Pi's under 20.
So $20.
I just bought
What
two
was your
Pi
kit?
Zero
You think
2s for
another,
17.
another $20 for a kit?
You bought a complete kit. You probably spent $40 to $60.
Okay,
for
so
that.
now let's say 80. We're at $80.
I got 5 Amiga 1000s because you got to buy them in 5s, made from the factory and sent with the chips on it. I had to solder on all the extra add-ons.
Yeah.
So that was an extra couple bucks. But I got 5 of them shipped to my house for around $80.
Wow.
So, but it's a lot more work.
Yeah.
Soldering all that stuff together because you really got to do a lot of soldering. To
I
make
mean,
that
you
happen.
can literally make a side business putting these online for
Yeah.
$60 that I will pay to have it done and
Yes.
tested. Ryan built them by hand, and you literally spent the same amount of money for 5 of those boards that I spent the money for one board. Probably.
Hopefully 2. Hopefully Hopefully people aren't charging more than $40.
Yeah.
$40 to $50 for one of these put together. Just, I mean, it is a lot of time.
This is just awesome. This is just awesome. Okay, what's next? What's
Because
next?
soldering all those pins together, that's about 100
Yeah.
pins.
Yeah.
That took a while.
Oh, that's a beat down.
And I messed up one of them, so I had
Yeah.
to do it. I burnt one of my boards because I messed it up. So I'm like, oh, that's how that works. So hopefully they're not
Trade-offs.
they're not charging you crazy money,
No.
but it's somebody's time to actually make sure this thing happens. And that board, I don't know if this one they flashed it already. Mine, when it came up, the Pi flashed the CPLD on the RGB to HDMI. So we have a working machine.
Yeah.
We have a thing
Yeah.
going on here. We're going to shut it back down. I don't know where
Okay,
the power
I'm going to do
switch
the
is.
power switch instead of unplugging and replugging.
Yeah, we're
That's
not. We
okay?
do not want to be unplugging and
Yeah.
replugging and putting that kind of stress on here.
I
We want to be
literally
doing the
can just
power
go
switch. Oh, it's over there.
Click.
Okay.
I put it down there just to keep it out of anybody's way. But I'll
Perfect.
walk back and forth.
Okay, so we're gonna go plug in the mouse and see what it does.
All right.
And after we have that, we are going to. What are we going to do?
This is often referred to as the tank mouse.
This is a tank
Yeah!
mouse because it looks like a tank. We're gonna plug this guy in.
See, I learned that by watching, I think, Chris Edwards.
Never in an Amiga plug or unplug anything while it is on.
Oh, it's like a Commodore.
Yep. You do not want to do that. That is not in your best interest. So, that's there.
Put up the BW100. Please sponsor me.
Yeah, really. So you're going to You're going to plug that, you're going to turn that guy back on.
Okay,
now.
let me go
We're going
back.
to be doing a lot of this. Perfect. So that came up. And on the Amiga world, if you hold down both mouse buttons, you should see some other thing. We don't see that here. I'm going to go turn it off again and hold it down. Where's it?
While it boots.
Well,
Go the
it should
there
give
you
us
go.
some other information. Which means if it doesn't do that, we're probably have to take the mouse apart and fix it.
Oh, it did something.
Perfect. So the buttons worked. This is what you're supposed to see. This is. We are going to have to clean your mouse though. So this gives you a lot of extra information: boot options, display options, expansion board diagnostics, stuff like that.
Try and
Your
make that a
mouse
little
is-
bit better for people to watch.
Yeah, your mouse is. And then you can boot after you change your settings. So that's good. We're defaulting to PAL mode instead of NTSC. There's probably a jumper here somewhere.
Isn't this the PAL board?
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
it, what's the story on that? Wasn't it released PAL or?
yeah, I'm pretty sure that I don't know that any NTSC ones were released, but I'm pretty sure there's a jumper on here somewhere that you can actually change it. They'll have to do some research on that. I don't know. I don't own a PAL board. Honestly, to some respect, since you're using RGB to HDMI,
It's immaterial.
it's definitely a material, and more stuff's written in PAL as of late.
Oh yeah.
Because Commodore kind of died more in the States, which was NTSC.
I've heard that before on some of the
Yeah.
talks at VCF.
Yep. So you have a PAL board, it's enhanced, so
Okay.
that's telling you what we think we knew already. Boot options are, hey, we have no boot drive. Gee, surprise.
Yeah.
No, that's what we expected. So it is doing what we want. We are definitely going to have to clean this mouse. So that's good. So the mouse is the buttons are working. At least the buttons are definitely working. So that's good. So we're going to take that out. Now we can go play with, we want to play with the GoTek now, don't we?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and hide this for a minute because I know it's a lot of colors.
Yeah, we don't need
There
that.
we go. So I'll just hide that for everybody. Yeah, GoTek time.
Yeah.
All right, GoTek time.
So GoTek is a floppy replacement. So a lot of these had a floppy drive. Is there a floppy drive in that? I think I gave you a floppy drive with that one. I think there's a real
Yes,
floppy
there
in there.
is.
But the GoTek is the more modern approach at this point. I rarely use a floppy disk anymore. So this will plug in. It acts like a floppy drive. It's the same speed as a floppy drive.
I kind of like that, man. Like when I booted up Zork the other day and played it off the disc, you forget how slow it was. You could play Zork nowadays, emulated, and be like room. When you're playing off the disk drive, it's like description.
Yeah.
Make an answer.
Yep.
Description, and it's really slow.
So this is one I got. I bought
That's
a couple
beautiful.
of them and I got them for you. This has the screen on it, just telling you information about it. There are GoTeks without the screen. I like the screen so I know what disc is.
Yeah.
Some information about it. A knob that you can change things. There are buttons as well. We're going to put ADF discs on it, which is Amiga disk format.
Okay.
And they're on a USB flash drive.
Okay.
And then when we put that in there, we'll boot it up, we'll map things to it, and then we can actually...
Do I need to hunt down a USB drive at one point?
We will not be able to use it without a USB drive.
I got them.
Okay.
I got them. It's the same thing. It's in another box, though.
That's fine. They need to be whatever size. I mean, it's a disc.
All right,
Amiga
should we
disc
take a
is-
break and me hunt down the USB stick
Yep.
right now?
We're gonna for you, dear listener.
Yeah.
Or watcher.
Dear viewer,
Dear viewer, my bad. I'm in podcast
if you listen to the
mode.
podcast, you always say dear listener.
I know. My bad. So for you, it's just only take a second.
Oh, yeah.
For us, some amount of time. More
Should we
than a
do that
second.
thing where we put our hand towards the lens and then when we come back we take our
No.
hands
Now,
away?
you can flash that 2 hours.
2 hours later.
All right, Ryan, you got the USB drive hooked up. What are you doing to it?
We need to put some. Oh, it's a 1 gig one. That's fine. We need to put some ADF discs on it so we can map them up and see what we get to view.
What about the Kickstarter stuff?
Kickstart ROMs is here.
No, what about, remember how it always shows put a floppy in? What does that mean?
That means the Kickstart ROM has come up, which is the basics for your OS,
Mm-hmm.
which is this chip here, has some amount of basic operating system stuff in it. Now it's saying, hey, go ahead and put Workbench in.
Workbench, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
And Workbench is the rest of your operating system.
Now you're going to have Workbench on the ADFS?
I'm going to make it, I have a Workbench ADF disk. We're going to put that on there. I might put a game in there. I don't know. We can
And
play
then
with it.
I'm going to go buy the Workbench from what website?
I think I go, but you'll have bought that from here. It's this is Amiga OS 3.2, so it's going to be from Hyperion.
Hyperion.
So they have the 3.2. If you want the older
I'll buy the
Amiga,
whole set.
the older stuff, that's from Klonto. They have all the originals up to 3.1.
Oh, so you have to go two places.
You have to go two places.
Hyperion 3.2,
Right.
Kanto 3.1 back.
Yes. So you can, right now this has the 3.2 stuff, the ROM here already in there. So that's 256K of your operating system.
Okay, I'm just going to buy the one from Hyperion.
Buy that.
Yeah.
The other one's good because it comes with an emulator and comes with some other
Oh, the other one?
The Klontos has a big package that you can get the OS.
Oh.
Has an emulator. Particularly if you're running Windows, it's more useful. You can buy the premium one. They have some videos, like the Commodore, some of the Commodore
Okay,
videos.
maybe I'll buy both. Because I like to support the community.
Yep.
But today we're going to do things, and I just want everyone to know at home, don't pirate like that. If people are working on stuff like now, support them.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because I have lots of disk images from years ago, but those companies are all gone.
They're gone.
It's not like I'm getting off Internet Archive. No one's really being hurt in my mind. But Kanto and Hyperion can use that cache to do other things, so I like to support that.
For me, I bought, from Klonto, I bought both the C64 and the Amiga Forever, the lifetime license, a couple of years ago. And then I have the Hyperion license as well.
All right, well, I'm sorry I interrupted us all about Workbench because I knew I wanted to chat about them. We've now made this USB drive, and it has boot files right on the root.
Yep.
Do you then make a folder for all the ADFS to go in?
ADF.
ADF?
You can. I did not.
Okay, so you just put them in the root.
Put them in the root.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right. So this acts just like a floppy.
Okay.
So we're going to put this thing,
Pin 1 on the right.
pin 1 on the right,
Yep.
just like a normal one.
Yep.
Assuming
You need some better lighting?
I just need to get them to line up. It's that joy of being older too.
I know, that's sometimes
So-
my problem.
This is my hack.
Okay.
So I didn't have this mini bird connector to
That's
a
like
bird
the
connector.
standard for the old hard drives.
It is. But I really only wanted this to this.
Oh, okay.
So this just came along for the ride.
Yep.
Because these were easier to find.
Heck yeah.
So you just go, boop.
And then we go,
Boop. And we now have power. And we have
and pin 1.
pin 1 is on this side because
Okay.
you'll see 34 over here. And that
Yep.
is
And I see how, that's perfect angled to get one-on-one. Right. You need a piece of cardboard there?
it's all plastic.
Oh, it's all plastic. That's even better.
So I always just set it off like this.
Yep.
Which we can do that.
Now we're going to boot and see what the hell happens?
Yeah, with luck, it's going to work. You ready?
Yeah. See what happens.
Flash floppy came
Let
up.
me unhide the monitor view.
Flash floppy came up so you can actually see what's going on here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Little LCD window. Everybody can see that, too.
It did try to boot to this game, Battle of Midway, which was already on there apparently. It already figured out all the stuff's on there.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna go. We didn't hook the keyboard back up,
Okay.
so I got turned off.
It's good. We got test as you're working. Always test.
Yep. And that's fine. We don't need to now to plug that keyboard in.
Black is on one end. Where's the keyboard port? I don't
Right
see
here.
it. Okay, so it's kind of like, it feels like it should go like this by memory of the cable. Is that?
Do you remember which way? I told you one way, didn't I?
I don't remember which way.
Well,
I don't
let's
see
figure
any.
that
Yeah,
out.
let's look because I don't see any markings except for that missing pin in the middle, and this connector does not have a block.
Nope, does not.
And that's kind of nice on the Commodore. There's always like that block, so you have to only put it on one way. And this one, oh look, it does have a mark on the black line. And pin 1 is on the left. I think that is going to be the way. Let's double check. But just by the marking on here, I think that's going to be the way.
Black, tan, red. So it's like that. You're
Okay.
right.
Good deal.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We did a little bit of research. We now know how to plug it in.
We are off. Yes. So black's gonna be in the.
On
Now we
our
are gonna
case-
need. Now we are gonna need something
To set.
to set this thing on.
All right, let's work on that.
some.
I like this.
That'd be fine.
Bigger?
No, that's
That'll be
great.
fine. Okay.
Just the bottom of the keyboard is all metal,
Yeah.
so I do not want to create problems for us.
Well, that does work pretty good.
Let's go more this way. I
That
don't
way?
want to put a lot of pressure on.
Oh, that's true. I see that now. Move mouse. I'm going to kind of come at an angle, and I'm actually going to put this under the HDMI.
Just be careful of those caps.
Yep, I see those caps in the way. How about that? Give it a set down, see how it looks.
Yeah, but I want more up here to set
Oh,
this drive
okay.
on, because this thing looks metalish.
Yes, it does.
All right, so now we have some stuff ready to go. You
And
ready?
by the way, we're black to 1, and so
Yep.
if you have that cable, it also has a dot on the left-hand side for it to
Yeah.
also mark 1. So we'll see.
You ready?
Yeah, hopefully this works.
Hopefully it works. Hopefully this thing remembers.
If not, we just rewind and plug it in the way we want to and say, oh, look, lights!
We got red lights. We have Amiga test kit. I'm not going to pick it up, but Amiga test kit is here.
Okay.
Next question I'm going to have, which I should have asked before, is do you have a stereo RCA, and then do we have audio? I know, I'm full of all kinds of stuff.
You mean the speakers for you?
That's funny.
I do, Ryan.
Don't make me take those back.
I think I just got a reason to use these.
Yes, I think you do. Hopefully there's RCAs.
Let's
All right, I'm going
find
to turn
out.
this guy back off.
Okay. And we'll be back.
Oh, this thing's like brand new.
Yeah, they were just being sold. You just, look at that.
He cleaned stuff out of
No.
they're those kind of speakers.
Yeah. They're like these,
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You can have another set of those.
Yeah. Now I can have more audio. So good. I'm glad I didn't send this to you because you wouldn't have wanted it.
No, I don't.
You would have been like, Rich, what is this shit? This doesn't help me.
Why'd you just spend $20 to mail that to me?
Ryan.
You gotta have a set of speakers.
I don't think I have a set of speakers, bro.
How do you not have a set of speakers?
I don't. Commodores don't necessarily need those. Oy, oy, oy.
Do you have?
I don't know. Why do we have to have speakers? Just to see.
I want to test the audio.
Okay. Yeah, we may not be able to test audio today.
Well, do you have the RCAs to a Mini 8?
RCA's too. Let's look at my audio video box.
While you're looking at that, I'm going to eat a cookie.
You're gonna what?
Eat a cookie.
Good. Oh no, that was from our last week experiment. Like that? Oh, but they're
That's fine. You just need another mouse now.
yeah. I just wanted to fun.
How about like this?
How about like cool?
Think that's good?
I
Now he's going to find something to plug it into.
Yeah, what can I plug that into, Rich?
It's about to put it on my laptop in a minute.
What can I plug that into, Rich?
Serious, it's about to be in my laptop in a minute.
Aux ports. What has an aux port that I own? Does the JBL have an aux port? Yeah, it does. Huh. Yeah.
What do I do? That's what I use at home. Not a JBL.
Yeah, I don't know how to change the input. Well, let's see what happens. I may need to mess with that.
All right. So
We found a JBL speaker. We're going RCA out, 3.5 millimeter in.
right.
And
So
I may have to jack with the setting or the inputs. I don't know if that just overrides Bluetooth. Actually, I can tell because it Bluetooths to my phone.
Well, I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Amiga test kit is up. So this is a good software test, to test all your different things. You test your memory, your keyboard, floppy drive. You have mouse access. Again, we got to fix that. And we have audio, which is in video. We're going to try the audio.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
So we have the 4-channel stereo. We're going to turn them all off. Then we're going to turn on one at a time.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Spice it up by Jester Sanity.
So we have all of them on.
Yeah.
And we're going to flip the audio or the filter on and off, which you'll see it'll change the dimness of the red if it's on or off.
I see it. I see it.
So you have good working audio.
Yeah,
perfect.
Awesome.
So we have, and we can go test. We're going to do memory later keyboard, so you can hit.
How nice is that?
So if you can't get a machine to boot, there is another one called a diagrams.
You gave me one.
You can pull the ROM chip out and actually.
And it would do this too?
It has different tests, but similar.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you hooked me up with a diagram.
Yeah, so we got green pretty much. Whoops, there's caps. Oh, caps lock works. Good. And the light comes on too. Whoops.
H? Okay.
I'm like, that's a failure of the human, not the computer.
Yeah, you should see me when I'm making videos and I'm testing keyboard. I can't do that. I have to like hit each one at a time. It's just too. I feel too. If I try and type, I'm going to be all messed up.
Control left out. Alt. Okay.
Okay.
So with that, we can test a lot of the video. 6. So we got video.
Beautiful.
That's great. So checkerboard. Perfect. Perfect. We're good. We have a machine. We can test some of these other things. CIA. You do have a PAL machine, so some of your timings will actually be correct. This was written by some of the NTSC stuff doesn't work well. So Denise, Agnes.
Yep. CIA.
We got everything. You're running ECS PAL at 50 hertz, which is European, which is what you are, and we're good to go.
How about it?
Let's go.
Ryan's turning a little knob, and we're moving to a different ADF.
Right. I'm going to see if I can get the workbench to install, or not to install, because there's nothing. You don't have a hard drive in
Right.
this. That's a future
That's a new
problem.
mod. That's another project.
That could be another project.
Sweet.
100%. So we're going to hit the help button, and then do a system reset. So by switching that's effectively taking a disk out, putting another disk in. You're good to go.
So you know I've been messing around with C64 programming.
Mm-hmm.
On a 128, I can go to C64 mode. Is there anything like that in Amiga land, or did they just separate the worlds?
What do you mean?
Can you do basic programming on here for Commodore?
Sure. There is a basic. There are a couple basic different
Really?
interpreters. One came with the older Amiga DOS, like 1.3 Amiga Basic came with it, and there's some other ones out there as well. Some will do compiled, so it'll take the basic and compile it to machine code.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can compile your own basic programs?
Number
I'm going to learn about that.
One I had way back when was GFA Basic. I had many years ago, and I've actually reacquired a copy of it.
Sweet. Uh-oh.
We may have the GoTek set wrong. There are jumpers in the bottom of the GoTek to say is it going to be DFO, DF1, which is disk 0, diff1, disk 1. I don't know what this
Again,
is.
all disks start at 0 and work up.
Yeah, it's a computer science thing,
Yeah.
and we start counting at 0.
Yep.
That's for
Ooh, look at
reasons. For reasons. So now we have this is your OS. You have
I'm never going to get this right.
you have 600K available. I don't know why you only have 600K available.
What should it be?
You should have closer to 900.
Oh,
We may be doing a RAM test.
Okay.
That's really what it comes down to. So maybe going back to Amiga test kit and doing a RAM test. So I'm going to push the button, and we're going to do this.
Oh, look at that!
So you can do all kinds of stuff. Demo. And then you have a whole bunch of settings that you can go play with.
Oh, wow.
But since you're PAL, it defaults to a PAL mode Amiga anyway.
Yeah.
So everything was just working. Sometimes if things get fuzzy, there is under one of these, and now since you only have one button, you need to. Shoot.
I need another button.
No, this one's causing some issues. There's a quick click and a long click, and that's actually going to be what you fluctuate to.
And we're trying to do a long click to go down?
I think so. And maybe just an issue, a button issue at this point. Yeah, we're going to have to just play with that. But there is a thing that lets you do that. Luckily, we don't need it so much.
Yeah, luckily we don't. Yeah, otherwise we'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, our memory's working great.
Okay, I'm going to turn it off.
It is still in a stuck on state for some reason. There we go.
Okay, you did that much better than I did.
I've been
Hitting that buttons for
a lot.
too long. Yeah,
let me tell you.
Too
All
many
right, so we have
button
good memory, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good. I don't. That one game wouldn't play. Let's see if this thing will boot.
How are you rebooting?
Hit Control Amiga.
Okay.
This would be very similar to
Control Delete.
Control Delete,
Yeah.
Control Windows, whatever.
Amiga.
Yep. So you have your two Amigas.
Why is one dark and one light?
Because a lot of things in the Amiga world will do. Left Amiga does one thing. Right Amiga does something different.
Oh, interesting.
So they are different.
How about that?
In some older boxes, these can be in red.
Got it.
This is the super early stuff, like my 1000 in red.
And just like here, we see on this game, needs Amiga 500 PAL.
Which you have.
Yeah. So if I had an Amiga 500 NTC, which is this board,
Yeah, the NTSC.
floating around here, it couldn't play.
I don't know if it would or
maybe
not.
would with sync timing issues.
May have some timing issues,
Yeah.
and a lot of times your PAL scan
Oh,
resolution
yeah.
is bigger, so you'll get stuff cut off the bottom. So that's something to be aware of.
Can I play pesky robots?
Should be able to. We'll have to see if we can go buy it.
I wonder. By the way, we will be going to do an adventure video later. Where are we going later, Ryan?
We're going to 8-bit new arcade.
Time Rift Arcade.
Time Rift Arcade.
Time Rift Arcade.
I'm glad you remember, because
Yes.
I'm like, it's Time something arcade. I'm really looking forward to it. I think we're doing that tonight as of this recording, so that's perfect.
So
Well,
I'll
this
just
is-
use my phone and capture a bunch of stuff. And
Yeah, I'll grab some of mine
Yeah,
too, and we'll...
just do a little voiceover like I did for
Yeah.
VCF East.
They are not joking when this says it's going to take a long time to decrunch. That's
What's it doing?
So a lot of times to save space, they have like zipped the disks appropriately, and so they will make the executable self-extracting, and then they just run.
Got it.
So the old thing's called Imploder or Power Packer or Amiga ones. I think Windows did it too.
Yeah.
Same concept, so that you can get more stuff on the disk, but you've got a 7 megahertz 68,000 processor
yeah.
that just takes a minute. We did not plug in the joystick, but this is a game that I just stuck on there for you as well.
Here, can you do any keyboard? No.
No,
Okay.
Some stuff on Amiga World is you have a joystick or go home.
Got it. This
It
fits
is-
in there.
There's not a lot. You don't get multiple options like a lot of the games today.
Does it recognize this or is? Oh.
Apparently. And that's common too, that one player can use a mouse to play and one player can use a joystick.
Oh, how cool! All right, see if you can move. Oh, you can.
Is that me? It is me.
Yeah, you're player 2.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Look
I'm
at
not,
that.
I'm not doing a very good job. I'd rather play this on a joystick.
100%.
Because I don't know what I'm doing here.
We are rocking.
Yeah.
We got GoTek going. We got HDMI out. Everything needs to get cleaned, as in the mouse. I shouldn't say everything.
this
the
thing
mouse
needs
needs cleaned. And then it needs to all be put back together. So I think for tonight, we
This is
need
pretty
to go.
solid.
Yeah, we need to get ready to go out to Time Rift Arcade and party.
I love it. I love it.
That sounds like a winner.
You have a little bit of cleaning to do underneath here. There is
Yeah, yeah.
a very big dust bunny right there.
Did you ever take all the keys off? And
Of this? No.
okay, so I
This
got
was
that
one.
to do.
This was one of my project machines that I went here.
Got it. So yeah, I got some cleanup to do. And then I got some casework to do, if I remember right. The
Yeah, there's
board
some chipped stuff on the case.
doesn't sit perfectly, or does the board screw in at all, or we have
Yeah,
to
the board screws in.
I see some screw holes.
Pull it up. You're going to see on the back here too.
Let's bring it here.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, remember video.
All right, flip up.
Yeah.
On all these ports, these all have to come out. All these loyal.
Oh.
That's part of holding the case in with the...
Yeah.
So that's all going to come out. You made a comment like, what is a belly slot?
Yeah.
This is the belly slot.
Yeah.
So for this Amiga is an original Rev 5 board. It has half a meg of RAM on board. Yours is a Rev 8. It has a megabyte of RAM on board.
Ah.
You could upgrade this one to 1 meg with a card in this belly slot. And yours, you can go to 2 megs with a 1 meg card in the belly slot.
By the way, look at this. That's not original.
No, that's an actual board I added on. So with the Rev 5 board, they had an error on the board that's to use a 2.0 or newer Kickstart ROM, you had to jumper a couple of pins together.
Uh-huh.
So this board was made, and then I just put that in.
And by the way, did you do all the caps on this?
This one did not have any caps done either.
Okay, those caps look really good.
Don't
they?
They did fairly well. These are original.
Wow.
Well, those aren't showies. Someone else may have done caps.
I think so. They all look really nice.
Someone else may have done that. I think a couple caps on this board were done.
Yeah.
But these light blues right here are the original showies.
Showies.
So those are the original. These are going to be from like 89, 90, 91 maybe. I don't remember when this board was made.
Right.
So that's all going to have to happen. I'm going to turn the power off. So
and I'm going to switch cameras. Ryan, we have success. This has been unbelievable. I did not. I kind of expected something not to work.
Okay.
But we picked up the power supply. That worked. The whole project here went together really well.
Yes.
And it just worked right off the bat. No changes.
Correct.
GoTek. Oh, we might need a switch one jumper, right, to go to DF0? Or is that a big deal?
With 3.2, it doesn't matter as much. We'll go look at that in the future.
Yeah.
You have to remind me. When you hold the 2 mouse buttons down, it'll tell you what all the devices are. It'll tell you if it's DFO or DF1.
Got it.
It might have just been a thing with it. I don't know. So we'll have to go look at that.
All right, well, GoTek's working. We got games in there. I need to learn where to buy those things so I can put them not only in the description, but I can be legal. I think, bump it.
We're good.
Damn, I think we did great.
I
think we should go get some barbecue.
I love it.
And go play arcade games.
Let's go do it.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Bye.
Again, where do we find you?
Me, I'm at bluewizard.net is my webpage, and I'm on Mastodon as Blue Wizard.
Okay, if you made it this far in the video, go follow, go check the website.
Yes.
I mean, you really hung out for a lot of stuff. That was just stuff. And so you must have enjoyed this. Go read some of his blog entries and check out the podcast. All right, bye, everyone.
Love it.
Thanks.